How to text a Virgo man. If you want to grab the attention of a Virgo guy, you need to know how to text him because communication is of the utmost importance to this sign. When texting a Virgo man, keep your messages honest and direct. Make your intentions clear and don't try to play mind games with him. Be straightforward, but never be crass or rude. Entertain him and show off your cleverness in your messages, and he will be yours forever. Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about how to flirt with and seduce a Virgo man through text. I'll also cover the reasons why he may not reply to your texts. And I'll give you some examples of the types of texts he likes. Let's go. How to flirt with a Virgo man over text. Communication is an important aspect of any relationship, but it is especially important to a Virgo. Each zodiac sign is guided by a particular heavenly body that tells us something significant about that sign's personality. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication and information. As the zodiac sign guided by the planet of communication, texting and all other methods of contact are highly important to Virgos. You can't win a Virgo man's love if you aren't a skilled communicator. Virgos value honest and direct communication, so when you are flirting with a Virgo guy over text, make sure your messages are clear and concise. Don't beat around the bush or expect your Virgo guy to read between the lines. While he is excellent at expressing thoughts, ideas, and information, Virgos are not particularly in touch with their feelings and have a hard time communicating their emotions. Keep your flirty messages to a Virgo guy factual and complimentary instead of gushing about your feelings for him. Virgo men are shy, so you will probably have to make the first move if you ever want to get a flirtation started with this astrological sign. Send him a text to say hello and that you are thinking of him just to get the conversation started. Trust is very important to Virgos, so you need to assure your Virgo crush that he is the only guy you are texting if you want him to reciprocate your flirty messages. Make him feel special and don't play too hard to get. If you act like you are dating other people or are too busy for him, he will believe you and back away. Virgos are very sincere, which is usually a positive trait, but they can also be brutally honest. You can always count on a Virgo man to give you an honest opinion, and he won't sugarcoat the truth to spare your feelings. Make sure that you are always completely honest in your texts to a Virgo guy. Don't tell lies, even seemingly harmless white lies, or pretend to be something you're not. A Virgo's trust is hard to earn, and if he catches you lying, you might not be able to win his faith in you again. Okay, now it's time to remind you to smash the like button. How to seduce a Virgo man over text. Seducing a Virgo man over text is very different from flirting with him. When you flirt, you suggest that you have a romantic interest, and when you seduce you are expressing sexual interest. Although you want to communicate your intentions clearly, you should never text a Virgo guy anything vulgar or rude. Virgos are very refined and careful with their words, so make sure you don't text anything crass or say something that could be interpreted the wrong way. Every zodiac sign has a unique symbol, usually an animal, that tells us something important about that sign's personality. The symbol for Virgo is the Virgin. Virgo is one of the only signs represented by a human rather than an animal or inanimate object. As the sign represented by the Virgin, you may assume that Virgos are prudish or sexually inexperienced, but this is not the case. They are conservative and private about their sex lives, but they are eager to explore their sexuality with the right partner. When you're texting a man born under the sign of the Virgin, you should consider his shy and reserved nature. Don't text him anything too forward or overtly sexual, but don't be too coy and mysterious, either. He should easily be able to understand from your messages that you are interested in him physically, but you shouldn't have to spell it out for him in grotesque language. If you want to text a Virgo man a sexy photo, don't send a naked photo of yourself with everything showing. Instead, leave a little to the imagination by taking a selfie of your bare back in a mirror, or the exposed tops of your shoulders and face to show that you are topless without revealing too much. Just as every zodiac sign has a symbol, each sign also has a correlated set of body parts. These body parts are of particular significance to those born under this astrological sign. For example, a Virgo man's correlated body parts could be his best features, the parts he finds most attractive on others, or the limbs that cause the most medical concerns. Virgo's correlated body parts are the stomach and digestive system, which means that the men born under this sign are probably particularly proud of their toned stomach muscles and like to check out a woman's midriff. Text your Virgo man a picture of yourself wearing a crop top, and he won't be able to help but drool over you. Ask him for a shirtless picture in exchange to give him the opportunity to show off his abs. Things to text a Virgo man. Whether you want to flirt with a Virgo man or just be his friend, there are a few types of text messages that are always good to send him. Every zodiac sign belongs to one of 4 natural elements: earth, fire, air, or water. A sign's natural element reveals important characteristics of that sign. Virgo is an earth sign, and earth signs are known for being practical and logical. It's always a good idea to text a Virgo man asking for practical advice, such as movie recommendations or driving directions. As the sign correlated with the stomach and intestines, Virgos are passionate about food. They are usually excellent chefs and are interested in healthy eating. You can always text a Virgo man to compare recipes or ask for a good restaurant recommendation. He loves talking about food and will be flattered that you asked his advice on one of his favorite topics. As an earth sign, Virgos are passionate about nature and the environment. Your Virgo guy probably has a beautiful garden or several houseplants. If you want to impress a Virgo guy and build a relationship with him, exchange photos over texts of your plants and ask for gardening advice. Text him to plan a camping trip or a hike in the woods together, or send him photos of your favorite outdoor spots. Why a Virgo man didn't text back? Virgo men are very reserved, so if you hurt his feelings, he probably won't confront you. Although he is honest and communicative, he is uncomfortable handling negative emotions and avoids confrontation. If he has decided he is better off without you, he might freeze you out completely and stop responding to your texts. If you were disloyal to your Virgo man and he found out, don't expect to hear from him until you have regained his trust. He won't respond to your texts if he hears that you have been talking about him behind his back or flirted with another guy. Virgo is one of the zodiac signs that can hold a grudge. If you did something to hurt or upset your Virgo guy, it could be a long time before he gets over enough to start texting you back and letting you into his life again. Finally, a Virgo won't text back if you have flooded his phone with emotional texts. He doesn't know how to handle his own feelings, much less someone else's. He might go silent simply because he is overwhelmed and doesn't know what to text back. Texting a Virgo man. Final thoughts. If you want to win a Virgo man over text, you need to understand his communication style and what he looks for in a partner. Keep your messages to a Virgo guy honest, straightforward, and clean. Don't text him anything too nuanced or nasty. Let him know that you are reliable and trustworthy by texting him consistently and exclusively, and he will be yours forever. If you've enjoyed this video and want more, make sure to like and subscribe.